What's up, everybody? What's up,
My boy Alex over there.
I'm back.
Yeah. You're like Mike Tyson.
You know, it's like you never left, though. You know what I mean?
No.
Anyway, like an idiot, I forgot to hit record, so I missed my intro, but I got you guys in there. So we Facebook Live-ing it right here for those of our people that's going to be listening to this on the podcast platforms. They may not know. So I want to do a shameless plug again because we mentioned it briefly last time that if you guys are willing, I'm going to put a link in there. You could check us out, subscribe to our Facebook page, and then go live and conversate with us, do your little messaging and whatnot. But anyway, how's everybody doing today, man?
I'm doing good.
I'm all right, man.
Just good and just all right, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Well, considering
I've been
that we
on
had
that
a very
website.
long conversation yesterday that I didn't expect it to go as long about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Bro.
So I'm still kind of pissed over it. Did you hear about that? You know what we talked about yesterday?
Man, I was listening to it.
Jeez.
I was pretty pissed off that I couldn't be on it, but
I'm still pissed off.
Beer.
Dude, I'm still pissed off I spilled that beer. It wasn't me, though. It was the spirits, man.
Oh, that actually brings us to
Bro.
to
To what?
ooh.
Ugh.
Ooh.
I was just
Wait a minute. Wait. I was just listening to ourselves on the stream really quick. Just checking
How do we
audios.
sound?
Sound good, man. I got excited a little
What
bit.
we do. Play Productions in the building.
So we had talked in the so Alex joined us one time when we just had an audio only podcast literally right before the lockdowns happened for the whole coronavirus thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we decided we need to have a sit down, hang out. I mean, we've been
That was cool,
quarantined
though. That was tight how that happened.
Oh, yeah.
What has it been, like 6 weeks now or more? We've been quarantining, and it's just like I haven't known anybody yet that has had coronavirus. Now let's go around.
Don't jinx it, man.
Let's go around this table. Well,
don't jinx it.
That's fake wood right there.
Damn.
That's all particle board.
Yeah, and that's a veneer. So damn it, we're gonna get the virus.
We're all gone. No, but so what I wanted to say, it's like honestly, it's like I don't know of anybody personally, coworkers, friends, family, that has contracted COVID-19. So now my question,
well, thank God for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I'm not saying I'm hoping for it, but
sounds like it.
no.
No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
But what about you? Any of you? Do you know?
Negative.
None. Yeah, thankfully.
And I know, I wish I was one of them, but I know a lot of people that are
One of what?
one of those essential workers is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of essential workers. I wish I was one of them.
Like I wish I was one of those ones that caught COVID-19. I was like, is there a bonus? Is there a gift?
Right?
An extra 1,200 on
Is there
that.
an extra $1,200? We got the corona.
Shit we do for money, huh?
Okay, here's something else. Would you do for money? Would you, if somebody gave you $10 million, would you fight Mike Tyson?
Hell yes. I'll take an ass beat real quick. I ain't even try. You want me to cry, shit my pants? I don't give a fuck. I'm fit to do it, bro.
Oh,
shit.
man. So that was
Hella familiar.
That was another
Just
thing.
for the experience, man.
Man.
Dude, I would take it better than that fool did on The Hangover. I'd be like, bam, and I'll be smiling. Oh, you hear the little birds. They're like,
There he goes.
So
you know what I'm saying?
anyways,
I'll play it off hella cool.
Anyways,
I'll let him win. I'll take him out.
What I was going to say is one of the things that we had talked about when we first met over the podcast was your belief in the paranormal, and you had actually had a paranormal experience, and we wanted to talk about it because
but we didn't bring the video.
We didn't get the video.
It's all good though. There's always tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine because eventually what I want to do as the year goes on, we could save that, shelve that for now. But I'm more interested in just hearing about the experience and the experiences. And we've talked about this before.
Well, unless you feel that without the video it wouldn't do justice. I mean, don't feel like you have to rush
Somewhat, yeah. I mean,
all right. Well, no,
it's
and
still
that's
cool to hear,
No, I still want. If you would want to share, go ahead and share because I think that's okay. And here's the reason why, because B had recently got me on this whole trip about.
I love.
Yeah, I know you.
About
I'm wanting
like
to join one of the local. Actually, I think we're part of that group on Facebook.
Oh yeah, the paranormal thing.
One of the paranormal groups.
I think it's like Modesto Paranormal. So I don't quote me.
Yeah, and they do. What do they call them? Ghost tours.
Yeah,
they do ghost tours. So anyways, okay, like I said, it's not that I don't believe or I do believe. I just never had my experience, so therefore I'm not gonna.
Dude, I've been having recently. I'm not
gonna put a lot of emotional or a lot of stake or a lot into other people's experience or anecdotal evidence. But I still get curious to hear other people's experience. So please, if you will, share your experience.
Sure. Yeah, and then I want to share mine after because these 3 experiences now have been very recent.
Yeah, yours
so
is crazy. We literally just experienced one like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, but go ahead. Share yours. Share yours.
He was drunk.
Dude, but there's...
Okay,
go.
Let's go.
Let's go back. All right, so essentially, without the video, the best way I can explain it is you're doing that.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So basically, there's, you feel these kinds of like shifts, I guess you can
right,
say.
like an
in,
energy or
in
like
mood, mood, energy,
temperature, shit like that.
Things in general, right? So
yeah,
I'm laying down in bed one night.
I've been on that website.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Well, so I'm just watching YouTube videos like I do, and all of a
So
sudden,
you're watching the TAP then?
Yeah, totally,
Nice.
man. That's exactly what I was watching.
Shameless plug.
Sometimes I just wish I had the mute button in front of me, but it's
Oh
fine.
yeah,
My bad.
but
I'm gonna mute myself.
yeah, you just feel like that. Like I said, you feel that shift, and like 1 second you're nice and warm in bed with your blanket on. Next thing you know, you're like super cold.
Wow, like ice cold.
Super cold, right? But you can't see nothing because it's dark.
Yeah.
You're in your room.
Dang.
It's not visible to your eye, but
But you're feeling it.
Luckily, I had already felt stuff like this, so I put a camera in my room. And
No, I'm too scared to do that, dude. That's
Dude,
ballsy.
It's creepy, bro. You see some weird
my
shit
God.
happen, and it's crazy, man. So I'm whatever. It's cold. I just brush it off, go to sleep. In the morning when I check the videos, though, I'm looking at the video and I see a speck just flash right through the camera. And I'm like, at first I was like, it has to be dust or something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Right away at, that night, I start experimenting like, all right, let me see what dust in camera looks like. So scoop up everything on the drawer right there, because that drawer was dusty as hell. So I scoop up some dust, scrape it off and watch the particles fall in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Totally different. I was like, okay, so it's not that, so it must be like a fly or something. I zoom in because I noticed later on that you can zoom in on the camera to actually
like a digital zoom or something?
Yeah, you can zoom in and see little details. It's a clear orb where you can see like the outer rim of the orb and then nothing in the middle. That ain't no bug.
Oh, dude.
You know what I'm saying? So at the time where I feel extremely cold, it just happens to pass right by the camera. So that's
too much of a
crazy.
coincidence.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's not the only time that's happened. I have multiple videos of that same orb coming from different,
And what's it do? Just come in and then fly off like at a 90-degree angle or something?
Angles. And that's the crazy part. Dust and bugs.
They don't move like that. They just float along.
They just
ride the air current.
Exactly. And this orb literally just comes out from my roof. Like the roof just comes down.
Yeah.
Shoots straight. And then disappears into the camera.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's crazy
man.
stuff.
That's pretty cool, though.
So
it's crazy stuff.
It was just an orb. You didn't see a figure.
I didn't see nothing because I wasn't.
But
looking.
not only just the orb, though, but you felt something.
Exactly.
Too.
I got really
before
cold.
you saw the orb, you felt it, and then later you confirmed it with the video.
So I got really cold, and I was like, "Well, this is weird," because I was just boiling up.
But that's too much of a coincidence. It's kind of like they coincide together. So it's like.
And see, that's the crazy part. So I have multiple videos of that happening, but I also have. A crazy thing is we're in the my dogs are in the garage at night sometimes, so you can actually see like they're just messing around like getting ready to go to sleep. You hear and it's weird, you hear things, right? Like, but this was so clear, you just hear ha ha in the camera, bro. As soon as that happens, my dogs look up.
Like they heard it too.
What the
you
know, and
so it was audible because your dogs reacted.
Yeah, so just with that in itself, I'm convinced. That right away, I'm like, nah, man, that's straight up shit that happens.
Dude, that's pretty cool, man.
And that's crazy to experience it more than once. Like once is like, it could be.
No,
anything.
I believe there. I don't know, because the apartment I live now. Over the years, there's been a good 7-8 different occasions where different things happen.
Yeah.
But last year, bro, I was at work. I used to work graveyard, And so I'm at work, and we're able to have. Oh, my bad. We're able to have headphones on, right? I'm not used to this, so we're able to have like headphones on and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm listening to podcasts, other podcasts that I listen to, and it was like 3, 4 in the morning. My motion sensor went off, so it alerted me, obviously. So I check it real quick, and I didn't see nothing out of the normal. But I do have an LED strip behind my TV for like ambience. You're watching a movie or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's on, but I'm like, oh, Martha could have left it on. It could have just, turned on by itself. So I rewind. You can't rewind, but I went back, right? So I go back on the footage, and I'm watching it, and everybody's dead asleep, and it just turns on by itself.
That's creepy.
And it activated my motion sensor because it thought there was movement, right? Yeah. Okay, well, that could be whatever, right? So I dismissed it. And I have the video. Mm-hmm. And then, but most recently, there's 2 that happened recently. One last week and one this week. Okay, so last week, me and my wife were chilling. We all had dinner. Junior's in his room. After we ate dinner, he goes to his room, plays games, whatever. And so I take my hat off and I throw it on the counter like I normally do because I'm going to go sit down. So I got a water, threw my hat on the counter, going to go sit down with old girl. It literally lands on the counter. And for cool, and I have this on video too because it's on my home security, right? So it lands on the counter, stays there, and as I walk to sit down, it just slides across the counter and falls on the chair.
Wait. Hey. So do you have that video right now?
I got to search for it, but it's on my timeline.
Can you find it? I just want to see something. I know we can't share it
I'll show you that one. I'll show you that one.
I need to see it.
Yeah, I will. I will. Okay.
I trust your guys' experiences because I know you.
Well, okay.
But if I didn't know you,
I'll show you that one.
You're batshit.
No, I'll show you that one. But here's another one that is the exact same thing.
Have you ever experienced something like that?
One time, actually, yes. I was chilling on the couch, and I was messing around playing with the dogs, watching TV, and I look up at my mom, and I see a little figure just like run straight. You know how like we have that board up against under the counter?
Yeah.
I seen something like run straight into the wall, and that was it. And when I looked, I was like, okay.
But we've had a lot of paranormal experiences in that house that go back a long time. But okay, so that's creepy. I didn't know about that, but
because now we're going back there.
Yeah, now we're gonna move in. We're gonna move here we're gonna stay in the TAP studio tonight. Okay, so one that just recently happened is that we ordered something for Mother's Day for my sister-in-law, but it got delayed. So it finally came in. Mm-hmm. So my wife comes home from work. We open it up. Okay, it's what we wanted, whatever, right? So we're talking. We eat dinner. Same scenario, bro. I put it on the counter this time because I'm like, well, the hat thing, maybe I just threw it and it finally slid off, whatever, momentum or whatever. But I remember I put it on the counter. We're talking. I just kind of like blasé-ingly just threw it on the counter, like bam. Same thing, bro. It flies off the counter and hits the ground.
That's insane.
And I told Martha, I was like, bro, and she's like whatever, because we are the philosophy that if you engage in it, then you empower it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like whatever. But we've had a lot of instances that.
Guess I don't know.
Well, because if you acknowledge something, then it just seems like it's the same way. If I'm trying to give you a bad day, I can influence you if you allow me to influence you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's our philosophy behind that. If that
Okay. And, so what about so let's transition to something else. Unless there's another story that you have. Is that the?
No, that's all, man.
Okay.
I mean, none that come to mind.
So what I would like to do then, I would like to transition to something else. So I understand this idea when you invite or you actively pursue this experience. I'm not actively pursuing it. Like if I were to have something happen to me, especially in my own home, I don't know if I would be able to handle it with the poise and dignity of a grown-ass man, okay? Simple as that. But let's say, for instance, like a Ouija board.
I won't mess with it.
You won't touch a Ouija board?
I won't touch it.
I'm good, bro.
Not with the 10-foot pole.
No seances? Nope. No, none of that stuff?
No way.
Okay.
My grandma would kill me if she saw me playing with one of those, man.
Okay, man.
Any of my family members, actually.
Yeah,
they would straight up like.
And I guess my skeptical mindset would be like, it's just cardboard and plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to understand the Ouija board could be anything, though. It's just when it became popularized, they came up with the planchette.
They used the
But
board.
yeah, back in the day when Ouija boards did exist, they made them out of anything. You could make them out of anything.
Out
made
of
of
the
paper.
cement floor.
Yeah, dude. The planchette didn't have to be the one that we see nowadays, made popular by pop culture, like the movie The Witchboard. Remember back in the 80s? Yeah. That's modern type stuff. But Ouija boards they predate all that, and then they were in different or various forms of being. They weren't just on a board. I'm trying to find that video right now.
Yeah. Okay, so very, very interesting, and I think we got to do another show and we got to gather all these clips and where we're able to just show them and present them on the live stream so we can get interactions and maybe get some other individuals that I've had, because we've talked to a couple of other people before that have had some paranormal experience. I think that would be a really interesting show topic to kind of bring up.
You know what's tripping me out, though, is this is the third different day on the calendar on my camera, and Martha's shirt's still on that chair. Like, I gotta clean up my kitchen. Like, what the fuck, man? That shit isn't dry yet? Like, fuck.
Hey, but that's the beauty of cameras, man.
Oh, bro.
That's the beauty.
Right?
You get to see everything.
Dude, and hear.
Yeah, and
sometimes
exactly.
I hear some crazy shit.
Exactly.
I'm like, yo, but okay, one time, though, I thought I was like picked up on some paranormal ass shit, but we had just got new neighbors, but I didn't know they moved in yet.
Yeah.
So I'm at work, and same thing. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm listening to it, and I hear like little girls talking, little kids, you know? Oh, fuck.
Because you can hear...
You can hear outside if my window's open.
Oh, okay.
Because where I position my camera, it's in the kitchen, kind of by the window. And I was like, what the fuck? And then so I go to my doorbell camera, and I'm like, oh, shit. There's like, oh, shit. I'm like, wait a minute. How can I hear it on both places? Like, it must be an outside thing. Anyway, whatever. Come home, fucking Martha Jr. go to work and school and everything. And I was, at that time, I'd sleep during the day. And I hear the same little, kids laughing.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, oh shit, exorcist. I need a young priest and an old priest. And then I go to my window like a creeper. I'm like looking out the blinds, like, oh, just little kids running around, like motherfucker. Because before that, we didn't have no kids running around there, but Junior, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of tripped me out. Like, but there's little flukes like that do happen. But that's the beauty of it. You could hear. Yeah. Sometimes I hear my neighbors talking because I have my camera set to record full time all the time. Oh yeah, like they never stop. Excuse me. And so sometimes I'm like, motherfucker, you hear him talking hella shit about people like, whoa, this is like a fucking telenovela. I'm just watching that shit. Fuck Netflix.
From your security camera?
Yeah, fuck Netflix. I'm just like, see a car drive by and fuck up the conversation because you can't hear him.
Poor quality. Poor audio quality.
Yeah, like switch to HD real quick.
Okay, so now let's get into something else. So I know we had started off talking about the whole COVID-19 thing and the whole quarantine. Now, are you two of the opinion that we should just open up? And you see all these protests that are going on.
I don't know. I think not right now.
I'm honestly no. Like I'm kind of like in between. Like the people that are willing to risk that stuff.
That's on them.
Like you know what I mean? Like I can't say yes and I can't say no because at the end of the day, like. I work in a place where I need people to come in for me to get money. You know?
Right.
If people aren't coming in, I'm not getting money. I'm not getting paid the way I should, Yeah. So part of me wants to say, yeah, let's open up because that means more money for me. But another piece of me is like, it's still too soon.
Dude. Yeah.
A lot of people can still get I think I was reading recently that Texas just reopened everything and they're cases of COVID went back up really high.
Dude.
So it's like, that's going to happen here.
Well, my thing is, okay, I could see if this is a naturally evolving virus, fine, whatever. We could build immunities to that. But if it's not, and it's a genetically modified virus or a man-made virus, if you will, that's been genetically modified to withstand human immunity, then see, it's a double-edged sword because you could say, well, then it doesn't fucking matter anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But the way the world's governments responded to it makes me believe that it is a man-made virus. Otherwise, they wouldn't have panicked the way they did. Yeah. And I'm talking worldwide. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. What do you think, Rev? What's your opinion on it, man?
So, conspiracy theory hat. Okay, I don't know if you guys are ever familiar with the tinfoil hat, man. And I'm borderline on that fringe part right now, where I'm just saying, like, for instance, I hate the fact that everything gets politicized, and in our current age, everything is politicized, and it's not just because Donald Trump is the president. Things have been politicized for the last 10 years. Okay, so it's not. Thank you. It's not like if this is a new thing. So the fact that
that's my tax deduction.
the fact that this is politicized isn't something that bothers.
I thought you were giving him a beer. I was like, yeah. Late bloomer.
He's my gopher.
He's a late bloomer.
He's my servant boy.
Oh, damn.
Hey, as long as I can still claim him on taxes, I'm good with it.
But so anyway, so you look at the response, for instance, in California, like in Los Angeles, the mayor basically said that, we're not opening up fully until at least January. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then you have places like more rural Republican ran states and areas of the country that say we're opening up as soon as possible, hopefully in a week. So in my mindset, yes, most of the time, most democratically ran areas of this country are more populated. They're more urban.
Dude, I didn't even know we had... we got a lot of people on there. You see that? Dude, we got to get that projector on the wall so we could all see the
we could actually do that next week.
Right,
anyways.
Right.
But anyway, so...
What's up, Angel? What's up, Joe John? Sammy Red. We got Alexander in the building. What's up? I'm going to pay my phone bill tomorrow, bro. What's up,
anyways,
Anthony? I see you.
So, in my mindset, it's kind of like... we shouldn't have a one-size-fits-all protocol for the whole country, for the whole state. And you've seen the rebellion for how many counties now have rejected Gavin Newsom's stay-at-home order or whatever the case may be. They said, we're not doing that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's right. I think that.
Well, I think it comes down to the individual. If you want to risk, whatever the risk may be,
it's not just the individual. I think it's on a county to county basis or a community to community basis.
Right.
If you're,
but isn't that the way it is right now?
No, it's not. It hasn't been. That's why it's such a big deal. I don't know if you're paying attention to what's going on in our local governmental.
Well, because I heard on the news Monday that they're going to go level 2 opening, but it was only
for some areas.
Yeah,
for some areas.
But it was up to the counties to decide whether they did or not.
They have that now, but that wasn't a part of. See, Gavin Newsom.
Oh, from the beginning, you're saying?
Yeah, in the beginning, he laid out a stage for the whole entire state.
Right.
But you had Yuba County and Sutter County and all these other northeastern counties in California that are heavily rural. They're like, why do we have to follow the same stringent guidelines that they do in Sacramento and San Francisco and Los Angeles when we don't have that kind of populace?
Yeah.
We're it just doesn't make sense. Okay, so the fear of all of what was going on is solely because we saw what happened in Italy. It's not that the spread of the coronavirus, was bad, and the death toll, which was bad, but it was also how overwhelmed the medical system became in Italy. The fear is here that we were not capable if we were running those same averages. If we ran the same averages that Italy ran, then our health
we'd be screwed, right?
Yes, our healthcare system would be overran by people that needed to be treated with COVID-19, and that's why you saw the whole, which is now forgotten, we need more ventilators. And then all of a sudden, because they tried to get Trump, we don't have enough ventilators, but now we have enough ventilators, everybody gets off the ventilators.
Yeah, right.
Trump isn't doing enough to help, and he sends the 2 ships. Both to
just
New York
like in March,
and now it's
just like in March. They call it the lost. They call March the lost month because they're saying like Trump didn't do enough. Mm-hmm. He didn't do enough. He didn't give a shit. He could have done this and that. But the whole time Trump was trying to pass a bill to give researchers like billions of dollars on the COVID thing. But Nancy Pelosi would reject it on the floor. She never put it on the floor, and instead she was looking at flavored tobaccos and how bad that shit is for the bruh. At this time, if I'm gonna die, like let's say, God forbid, I got the Rona and I know I'm gonna die, that's it. I'm gonna smoke the shit out of some flavored tobacco and drink the shit out of some beer, smoke some bud.
I got the Rona.
Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? It's like that don't matter right now. And then that's another subject. It's like they're talking about flavored tobaccos is enticing the kids, but you know what? I could go. Oh, damn it! I hate this boom thing. I could go down and get some UV vodka that tastes like birthday cake and all this other shit. You don't see them making a big uproar over alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
Prohibition is always bad. I mean, they're
who taught you that hate speech? Goddamn.
Well, and that's my point. It's like prohibition has always been bad. Prohibition against marijuana, prohibition against alcohol, prohibition against tobacco.
When you make anything illegal, you create a black market for it.
Yes. Well, you look at only so law-abiding citizens don't need more laws.
Right.
Because criminals already don't follow the laws. That's why they're criminals.
That's why they're criminals.
So all you're doing is you're making law-abiding citizens into criminals.
Exactly.
Yep.
Whenever you start enacting more prohibitions, whether it's guns, whether it's alcohol, whether it's certain drugs, like there's no reason why marijuana should have been a Scheduled I substance from the very beginning.
Dude, that's more on the scheme of things. On the scheme of things, that's worse than heroin in the eyes of the government.
Yeah.
Or crack.
Okay, so what about...
Like, bro, it's weed. All you're going to do is eat some cereal and watch cartoons, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
And it's
just going to be chilling the whole time.
You know, like, damn. But then you got all these meth heads, like, meth is all good. Like, you see meth heads, they ain't even tripping no more because they know it's just like, dump it out, slap on the wrist, they ain't going to go to jail no more.
Yeah, and that actually reminds me of something that I wanted to talk about, too, is those... I've been seeing a lot lately. Yeah. About like clinics or like areas where people can literally just go pick up a needle and safely
exchange clinics,
quotation, safely inject drugs into themselves. And if they OD, they get taken care of right there. That's insane. You know what I mean? Like, why the hell are we promoting this shit instead of trying to fix?
But we can't give kids free lunch at school and shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Can't.
Like, bro,
that's that's a big deal.
Dude. And not only that though, it's like you see these dopers out there, and bro, I hate to sound one way or another, but it's like, how is it's like they're over there. You see needles on the ground. You know what I'm saying? In the parks. Dude, when Junior was little, I was very wary of parks because I'm like, dude, don't get in the sandbox because needles could get buried in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know
needles and cat shit.
Dude, tweakers love to shoot up in them slides because they're not visible to cops and shit when they're driving by flash. So they're shooting up in the slides, all this crazy shit, bro. It's like, man, and that's fucked up because this is where kids go. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't get it, man.
And that's insane because I was actually at Costless yesterday in Modesto, and the first thing I see is a needle right there. Right where I parked, there's a needle right in front of the car. And I'm like, why is this here? Kids are walking by. We have, other people that are walking by just looking at it. And it's like, I'm like, what the hell?
That's crazy because, okay, let me ask you this. How do you feel about public nudity? Because... one day we're going into Walmart, bro. The same Walmart, right? You know what I'm talking about, Plaza Parkway.
Yeah.
You better like it.
So, no, we're cruising into Walmart. Had this been a fine-ass little bitch, you know what I'm saying? It'd be a different story. So I'm going to park, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not really tripping. I see a car there, some people hanging out. So I go to park, and when I look, there's like, I won't say older, but like a good 30, 40-year-old girl, a mom with all her kids there too, you know what I'm saying? She has her door open and she's squatting and pissing just like it's nobody's business, bro. What the fuck? So I'm like, oh shit, by this time I'm already parked. So I tell my sweetheart, babe, did you see that? She's like, what? This bitch is fucking pissing right here. And Martha looks over there and sure enough, that bitch is just, you know what I'm saying? Looking like a fucking dog just pissing right there. Motherfucker. Well, anyway, Junior's too stuck on his phone over there looking at porn and shit. So I look over there like, Junior, like, what the fuck? And then he don't know. He just, you know what I'm saying? He don't know what the fuck. So he didn't even know we went to the store. So by the time Junior like, huh? He looks around. She's already put her panties on her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This fucking bitch. Like, bro, that's scandalous. There's a Walmart. Go to fucking use the restroom right there.
It's sad because...
and she wasn't even that far from the door.
Yeah. Can't you use the restroom
Well, this is before the Rona.
Have to be a shopping costume.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just the whole coronavirus.
No, but this was before the Rona. You know what I'm saying? This was like in January.
Yeah.
Well, when the Rona was barely starting to get popular. But, yeah, dude, it's like, yo, what the fuck? And then she gets up like it's all good and then walks into the Walmart. I'm like, bro.
And that's what's sad because it's like, you you see that all over the place in San Francisco, and I feel like because of the way things are going over there.
Thank you, Galvin Newsom.
Yeah, they're trying to push them further down. Yeah. And I feel like that's why we're seeing all these, needles on the floor, people pissing and shitting all over the street. It's because everyone.
Yeah, you've been in downtown Frisco. Smells like piss everywhere.
It's like all the people that are doing that in San Fran are getting pushed down here. So now they're doing.
Well, they're busting them in. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
They bust them in because it's illegal to be homeless over there.
Yeah, exactly, and that's my point.
Like you literally go to jail for being homeless over there.
Yeah, and that's why it's turning the way it is because they're all.
And that's the problem with democratic rule. But here's my point, though, because I had a conversation with somebody when we were talking about this, and I agree with this sentiment. And Angel has this same sentiment. Basically, you ask him whether he's a Democrat or Republican, or is he going to support Donald Trump or Joe Biden. His first response is a middle finger to both. Okay,
right.
And I understand that sentiment, and I somewhat agree with that sentiment. I think. So my mindset is I agree more with what Trump is doing and with how he's done, and more than likely I'll be voting for Trump when this comes when this voting cycle comes around. But sometimes here's the tinfoil hat again. Sometimes I'm thinking, okay, so we talked about this yesterday. This terminology with Tekashi about this idea of work versus shoot, right?
Yeah, right.
So a shoot. So in a wrestling in the wrestling world, professional wrestling world, when you hear there's a shoot match or a shoot interview, that basically means they're actually talking like major mess about somebody. If it's a shoot match, they're actually literally out there really trying to hurt each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I look at politics now, and Jesse Ventura, who is a former professional wrestler and a governor,
for president now?
He was a governor. No, he's not running for president.
Oh, okay.
He said that he won't run for president, but that he was a governor of Minnesota, has come out and said with his dealings in his life and his short stint in politics, has said that politics reminds him exactly of professional wrestling. In front of the cameras, you are just enemies, just to tooth and nail, don't like each other, but behind closed doors or in the locker room,
right,
you're best friends. And I'm sitting here thinking, is the drama or the theatrics of this Trump versus Pelosi, Trump versus Biden, this Trump versus all
is it real?
Is it real?
Yeah.
Or is it part of this work just to rile up the United States, to keep them just not focused on the real problems? Like that whole, I don't know, like a whole Bohemian Grove or the Bilderberg, kind of like keep them distracted from all those things. And this is the entertainment. This is the professional wrestling aspect of it. I don't like thinking that way, but sometimes I do. I mean, look at how
it kind of makes sense though, because it's like, without that, then they don't have no control. Because for one, they're using the fear. The other people might win, the Democrats or the Republicans might win, so they're using that as
vote for me or your life is over.
I definitely agree with that too, with what you were saying, because if you really think about it, anytime a real issue comes up and someone's trying to talk about it, the first thing that gets thrown out is our president, so they bring politics into anything. So if we're talking about things that matter, everyone wants to bring up politics. Everyone wants to bring up this person.
Yeah,
but they don't want to talk about the actual topic, and that's their way of kind of distracting people.
Yeah.
Well, and so for instance, the whole Joe Biden Tara Reade thing, okay, and this is the prime example that I have right now, and like I'm just struggling with this idea of how either, and that's what I mean. It either has to be a 100% work. Or people are just so ignorant, or they're just so willfully blind to just see the obvious. Joe Biden is credibly accused of sexual misconduct by Tara Reade. We talked about this yesterday, that the evidence that has come out. But yet a man like Brett Kavanaugh, who was dragged through the mud for allegations that couldn't be substantiated by a person who couldn't remember date, place, time, and couldn't bring anybody else to back up her claim of this alleged ordeal, and had nothing, not just an allegation. But yet everybody, I don't say all these progressives and leftists and Democrats on the Senate, in Congress, politically, all these activists, all these celebrities, he's a rapist, he's this. I'm like, that's when I started turning towards Trump. I wasn't a Trump guy until that point.
Yeah, I wasn't either. But then he started rocking the boat. I'm like, I kind of like that. Though. You know what I'm saying? We needed that.
But the boat is being rocked now. The whole Obamagate thing that's unraveling.
You mean King Obama?
The whole Obamagate thing that's unraveling literally before our eyes.
Or Fast and Furious.
There is a potential.
Pick one.
Well, okay, that's another thing because Fast and Furious now, the Mexican government, Obrador in Mexico, just basically said that he wants an open investigation about Fast and Furious.
Good.
And okay, yes,
and then making Israel go back to 67 borders or whatever, like weakening it, bro.
Like I didn't hear about Fast and Furious.
That was like
crazy.
Like this last week that Obrador, what's his name? What's his nickname?
I don't even know.
AMLO is his nickname. Yeah, so he basically, I guess he's really serious. He wants an open investigation into the Fast and Furious, how our country was selling illegal weapons to the cartels.
Yeah.
So
and it wasn't, and it only came out because
you know what Fast and Furious is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it only came out because one of our border patrol agents.
Oh shit!
Wait! You don't know about Fast and Furious?
No, I'm.
Wow!
I was thinking the movie. I was like,
no.
Oh yeah, Obama played.
I was like, what the hell does that got to do with?
No, not the movie, bro.
I was like, what's the movie got to do with it?
Vin Diesel playing Obama, playing Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious.
Dude, no wonder I was so lost.
Oh yeah, The Rock. Oh yeah.
Well, we got 10 minutes. So,
okay.
Damn.
So break it down.
Okay, so
break it down.
Speed run.
Fast and Furious. Basically, this had come out because a U.S. Border Patrol agent was shot and killed by cartel members, and it later was found out that the weapons that were used by the cartel were weapons that were sold by the CIA to the cartels. For what I forgot the exact reason. But
I guess they were tracking.
Oh no, yeah,
them
they were. They wanted to track these guns as they, but they did it by selling weapons to the cartels.
I believe it.
Well, the Iran Contra thing where where the CIA was selling crack and there is precedent for this. So and that's one of the things. And a lot of people say, "Oh, Obama never had a scandal. Obama was scandal-free."
You know how they were talking about the whole thing with Trump and Russia meddling in?
Yeah.
Well, our government did the same thing in Israel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when King Obama does something, it's all good. Like no one hears about it, right? But bro,
so
that sounds like our government, all right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like I think you'll be willfully ignorant, even if you are a Trump supporter, to think that there isn't any level of And this is what somebody had told me today, and I had to agree with it. Is like Trump is an outsider, yeah, maybe, but not really. Right. I mean, he's not. I mean, he's been in the game for long enough, just not in the political side of it.
Yeah.
The reality is, though, all this bailout that's happening is benefiting corporate CEOs and all these kind of things. So it's like I said, it is voting for the lesser of the evils. Now, here's the thing that I'm more concerned about is this is the conspiracy theory part, is that are we given these choices as a distraction? I don't know.
I believe so. I think there's some credence to it. How much of it, like, or how far, if you were to put it between 1 and 100, is it 50%? Like, are they only distracting us from certain things that are going? Yeah, I believe so. For sure they're not giving us all the information we need to know. I mean, whether it be under national security, we might not need to know, but still, that it's like, bro, I mean, how do you say, like, I would like to believe my government has my best intentions in mind. Now,
Trump
I say that
doesn't have your best interests
I say that as I would like to believe that.
Yeah.
I never said I do believe that. But see, therein lies the issue. A lot of people just willy-nilly just go with the status quo because, for one, they just don't know better or they don't care. You know what I'm saying? And that what pisses me off, because I always went against the grain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I hate conformity. I don't conform. I see everybody buying Jordans. Fuck it. I'll buy Reeboks. You know what I'm saying? Just cuz. You know what I'm saying? And I'll rock the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? But that's my thing. That's what annoys me with this generational thing, or even just the populace in general, is that we've become so comfortable that if there's enough people going one way, then we all just gotta follow that one trend.
Yeah.
You go against, you go with the status quo because it's safe there. You know what I'm saying? Which really is dangerous and is really ignorant, and it pisses me off because it's like you have a mind, you have freedom, exercise that, but yet you want to go with just everybody else because they're stupid, or what depends on the issues. I'm not saying everybody's stupid, but it just it's like instead of doing some research for yourself and seeing where you lie and where your morals lie, no, you're just like, oh, everybody on Facebook's doing this, everybody on TikTok's doing that, so I'm gonna go do that too. Like, bro, really?
That's
what do we hear?
Too.
What did we hear growing up? If everybody jumps off a bridge, you're gonna do it too. We all heard that growing up.
Yeah.
Well, sad to say, nowadays, a lot of motherfuckers would jump off that bridge. You know what I'm saying? Which is stupid, though. I hate it. I hate it. And it's ignorance, and that's the thing. That's what makes it dangerous, because there's nothing new under the sun, and history will repeat itself. But where does it end?
The sad truth
what I'm saying?
The sad truth is everybody wants to, do the easy route.
Yeah.
No one wants to research what's going on around the world. No one wants to look up, what's going on in their world, what's going on around them. It's all about Facebook, all about Twitter, all about social media. No one wants to really look at the facts and see what's going on.
Well, that's the thing. It's like no one wants to work hard no more. Everybody wants things handed to them.
Everybody just wants to sign up for OnlyFans.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like,
that's another thing. What is OnlyFans?
Bro, it's a den for people that want to do some easy money by selling their feet pics and shit like that.
So the reason why is because
Rev's gonna delete his thing right now.
There's a group of guys, there's a group of YouTubers that I follow. They're VR guys. I don't know if you ever heard of the Molly and Eddie the Cholo.
Honestly, it's a website full of creeps, bro. That's all it is. It's just like people asking for crap. Girls are on there getting easy money selling their crap on there too.
No way.
Anyways,
dude, I always see it all the time on there's memes for it like everywhere. That's all I've been seeing on my Facebook.
Yeah, I see them too, and I'm like,
meme.
what is an OnlyFan thing? Because there's these gamers that I follow on YouTube, and they're hella funny, dude. And then we watch a couple of their videos. They're the ones that there's McDonald's or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and they have that Cholo guy, Eddie the Cholo. Anyways, they're hella funny videos, and they always like make jokes about, oh, we're gonna do it for our OnlyFans, and I'm like, what the hell is OnlyFans? Like, I've been for.
Damn.
I know that I'm old and I'm behind the times. Like, this is how old I am.
It's essentially Snapchat and Twitter and Tumblr all in one. Pretty much.
Is it like an app? Is it like a website?
It's like a website
like
type thing.
Like you create a website for your only for your fans, or
yeah. And I don't want to seem like a creep because
too late.
I know a lot about it, but it's because
he's gonna plug his OnlyFans site right now.
Follow Guava God.
Yeah. Guava God. I'm gonna Google it right now.
Guava God
on OnlyFans.
I don't know. Like I said, I do admit that I'm old, and I do admit that I'm behind the times. Like in 2013, I remember asking, it's like, what the hell is a hashtag?
Dang. I thought it was a number sign.
Well, yeah.
Remember?
Well, okay. Yeah. So you know what's funny? And well, it's not funny, and it is funny. But like when the hashtag, what was it? Oh, I forgot what it was. Dang it! I'm about to. Oh no, the hashtag Me Too movement.
I was gonna say hashtag Me Too, but I didn't want to say
what the fuck is that?
Wait a minute. Okay. The hashtag Me Too, and I didn't dawn on me at first, but I saw a meme, and the meme was
Me Too.
Hashtag, the hashtag sign, and the Me Too is people for older people that see this and don't realize that the hashtag doesn't mean pound. Like on the phone, it's pound,
right?
So they see pound Me Too.
Wait, I just got it. Thanks for explaining it.
I had to explain. I was like, because I remember it had to do with the movement or the Believe All Women or something. So yeah, it was a hashtag, and I'm like, and what's funny is I forgot who I called some business or something like that recently, and. You remember they say, push the star, push the pound sign, right?
Don't tell me it said hashtag.
They said push the pound are also called the hashtag.
No.
I was like, this is a defining moment in our time.
Oh, my God.
The definitions are changing.
The only other time I witnessed something like that was with the word thug. And this was in high school. Because thug in the dictionary, Webster's dictionary used to mean someone in possession of stolen property. More or less. Don't quote me on the exact definition. But that's essentially what it meant.
Gotta fact check you.
So, right? So when I was doing this debate in class, thug all of a sudden meant a gangster or gang member or a thug like we know nowadays.
What is thug?
Yeah. And so, but I remember...
The definition of thug. A violent person, especially a criminal.
You're right.
Right? But back...
You get your GED.
Yeah, right. My Jed? Who learned you to smoke? But prior to this commonly accepted definition, all of a sudden, it used to mean someone in possession of... like a thief, pretty much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, but... Yeah, but see, I too, like your hashtag thing, witnessed the change of different. Oh man, the Mandela effect.
Okay, so but it's not just the change in definition. I think because a lot of it is it's just this is technologically driven. The fact that this whole like I'm trying to figure out like. So when you like back in 2013, the way it was explained to me, what I understand now. So when you hashtag something, especially on Facebook or on Twitter or Instagram, basically if anybody's looking up that subject, then it basically puts it in that category.
Right.
So let's say, I want to look up football, or if I want to, so you look up the hashtag, or you just look up football. So everything with the hashtag has to do with football will come up. It's easily acceptable. So it makes it's like adding a tag.
Yeah,
you like to do on YouTube. You would add a tag. So, but another do the hashtag. But I just found it humorous when I saw that.
Well, remember when we had pagers?
And I was like,
remember we had pagers? We had the codes 143 and all these other codes. Remember that?
I didn't live through that. I don't know pages.
Bro, you remember that?
And then,
I remember pages.
Remember the 143 meant I love you? And then when you got the real expensive pagers with that one plan, it would actually spell it out when someone paid you 143.
Yeah.
I didn't have one of those until like 5 years later and shit. But
yeah, anyways.
But dude, pagers, remember it was like $20 a year for service and shit? It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like
so
$50.
I'm too young for pages.
Anyway,
so is there anything else that is pressing that you need to get off your chest before we call it a night?
I think I said everything I had to say.
For now, we need to get those videos. And I noticed that I follow you. I follow you.
I don't know what it is with these echoes.
And that's another term too. Following. It's like I don't know. It's just like
follow me.
Hey, I follow you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch my back from now on.
Did you say wash your back? You pervert.
No, but I think like in my mind, I'm thinking this is like because we're friends on Facebook. Yeah. Okay, I enjoy your posts.
Do you follow him?
I follow him.
I'm
gonna follow him home after he leaves here.
Let me say one thing. My Facebook is the place to go if you're trying to get a laugh.
Yeah, right.
Because I dedicate myself most of my day to update that Facebook with funny stuff to look at.
Yeah.
And I have a whole range of stuff.
Well, I find myself stealing a lot of memes from you and Alexander.
Yeah. Look, I don't like to have a filter, right? So, whatever I find funny is going to go on there.
Right.
If I take it off, it's because, I'm getting I'm getting someone telling me, hey, chill out.
One time I put a meme out there for no particular reason. Yeah. But someone took it so offensive. I'm like, really? So I found another one recently. It's like, relax. You're not the only dumb bitch I know. You know what I'm saying? So I posted that one just for that individual to be like, bam, come down. Not everything. I don't waste my time or spend my day trying to come up with shit to piss you off. Relax.
The favorite meme.
But people take it that way.
Yeah, it's all for the shits.
The most recent meme that I saw that just made me, and this is the one thing I love about
Baskin Bees.
No, the one thing that I really love about this culture. So it's like I don't use Facebook for networking. I'll be honest with you. I love you guys. I can give two shits about what you guys do in your.
You know what? I'm gonna cut your mic over. He's cut off.
I don't care.
He's really cut off.
I don't care. But it's just like
you don't get no echo. Okay, a little bit.
I only use. Why is Caesar telling me to pay attention? No, Caesar, you pay attention. I'm closing us out tonight. We've had a long night, but for me, I don't use Facebook to keep up with friends. I don't use Facebook to network with people. I use Facebook as another form of entertainment, and everybody is to entertain me. Yep. I want everybody in my Facebook thread to just basically throw up their hands and say, "Are you not entertained?"
Well,
like
if you're
Maximilian.
not my Facebook page.
No, I haven't entertained.
Well, you know what?
Okay, wait. Before we go,
it's official because there was echo on there. So
no, wait. Take that echo out. Wait, I got one last thing. So my favorite meme of this one. We got to make this segment. We got to save like our favorite meme of the week and kind of like share it. And I know we can't post it.
Baskin Beans was a good one.
My favorite one is the one where it says we had the Carol Baskin. It's like, "Hello, you cool cat and kittens."
Oh yeah, when you talk to your own kids.
It's like when your parents talk to other people's kids.
Look here, motherfucker.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Oh, that was funny. I wish
that's
I could
my shit right there.
I wish I could.
Or like, how many of our parents did this when they're like, "Get the fucking clean this," and the phone rings. Yes, hello.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right? It's like, dude, like, what happened to all that yelling shit all of a sudden? Like, look.
Hey, how you doing?
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie though. When I have to talk to someone, I put my white voice on. Yes, this is him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. Oh, yes. That's your white voice?
No, this is my white voice.
Oh.
No, but for sure, I'll be like, is Jose there?
You know what's
Hello?
funny? Wait.
Yes.
You know what's funny is whenever
hello, Uncle Tom.
I have to save people's numbers into my phone that I don't know, because now when I answer I'll answer any phone call, even if it's creditors. But I haven't had a creditor call in a long time. I'm trying to keep that from happening again.
Well, that's nice.
But
thanks for rubbing it in. Shit.
But like telemarketers or scammers or whatever. So
I love talking with scammers. I'll be there all day just bullshitting.
Dude, I can tell you stories on the conversations.
Bro, I love that
with
shit.
Scammers. I had this dude asking me how much. Anyways.
What?
Story for another time.
No, sorry for another time.
That's for after hours right there. That's the after hours show.
Whenever a number calls me that I don't recognize, I always answer, pick up the phone and say, "Bueno." Bueno. Hey, yeah, is Rudy there? Bueno.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do that only because I heard that if creditors they make contact with you, that whole 8-year thing before it falls off your credit restarts right then and there. So
What?
I'm like, who's this? Jose? No, that fool got locked up. No, fuck that. He died.
Bueno.
He did.
He did.
Okay. Oh, you want? Oh, here's an interesting little story. I'll share this really quick. We'll be done in less than 10 minutes. So. Is your laptop acting Mackie? No. Okay, no. It's not acting Mackie. I'm just saying though, because you know what? I don't want to.
We're already at an hour. We're 51 minutes.
Well, okay, we'll take it to an hour and we'll call it a night. But here's what I was going to say. So right. I had a telemarketer call me, and apparently at some point somebody must have used my phone number and my name, I guess. And here's what they did. Right, hold on. All that beer. So I get this call from this solar company. And they were like, "Oh, so we're here that you're interested in solar, updating solar to your house." I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever." And then they kept calling me. "No, I'm okay. No, I'm okay. I'm okay." I'm like,
yeah, right.
So finally, I snapped, and I was like, "Oh yeah. What house are you talking about? Oh, it looks like we have you down for your home in Rancho Cucamonga." I'm like, "Rancho Cucamonga?" I'm like, "Oh, that house. I got a lot of homes, I got a home here. And in fact, the home that Tom Cruise is in right now, oh, yeah, that's my house. He's actually renting it out right now while he's shooting that movie." And the lady on the phone was like, oh, wow, okay, well, yeah, well, we're willing to come down to your house. And I'm like, and I said, "Look, listen, you've called me hundreds of times and told me about my house in Rancho Cucamonga. I don't live in Rancho Cucamonga. I don't own a house. I've never been to Rancho Cucamonga.
Right?
Okay, I'm not Ice Cube from next Friday. All right, I don't live in Rancho Cucamonga." So I was just like, "Yeah."
And what'd she say?
And she was like, "Oh,
well, what's your address now?" I hate that shit.
And so she was just like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Well, I'll take your name off." I'm like, "Good, I'll never go to bed." And then, then what happens? They call me again.
You know who's just as bad, though?
2 hours later.
But you know who's just as bad? Those freaking people that call the telemarketers for the police department. "Hey, you want to donate to Modesto Police?" I'm like, no.
I've never gotten to Modesto Police, but I've gotten the association.
Time, yeah, right, to the association. But one time I said, "Yeah, I'm looking into it, but can we do correspondence through the mail?" Yeah, and I'm just like, just for shits, right? Because they're supposed to stop calling you at that point. Yeah. Because you can sue them for that, right? So I said that, I want to do correspondence through the mail, this and that. 2 weeks later, I get a fucking sticker, a bumper sticker, all this shit. It's the Modesto Police Department, all this. Motherfucker. And I'm like, maybe I should have put it on my car and get pulled over less. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, this motherfucker donate. You know what I mean?
Give me money.
Because I've seen those stickers on cars before, and they're hella speeding and shit. I'm like, motherfucker. Then I see a little sticker right there.
They're like, this guy's the reason why I'm driving my Charger too.
Yeah, they're like, thanks for allowing me to have body armor.
Yeah. All right. So with that, I mean, unless there's anything else, I think that we can call it a night, man. I mean,
yeah, for sure, dude.
Just follow me on OnlyFans at GuavaGod.
GuavaGod. I want those toe pics.
Feet pics, $10.
Is that an anklet? Like.
Anyways, this has been your boy Sorev the Servant. I've been here with my co-host partner in crime. Hopefully not.
What's up, man? This is your boy Play B.
Thank you, Alex, for joining in. And our other studio guest, my servant boy, Jay Star.
In the building.
It's been cool hanging out with everybody. Hope you guys join us again. We'll be doing this again hopefully soon. So just keep tuned. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube.
Peace.
All right, everybody. Good night. Peace.
Later.